Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a promising looking rack. There could be a 7 here. I'm sure there'll be an 8. But if opponent changes, do I have a 7? Well, not that I can see. I've got the man and men ending. Wow, what a start for opponent. And plenty of floaters to consider. So I have intermat through the A. I don't have an R. Let me consider these in order. I haven't seen a 7, so what about a T? No, how about the R? That looks quite promising. Maternity with an R and a Y. No, not seeing anything there. How about an E? Again, looks promising. And certainly with opponent bingoing, it would be painful to miss a comeback bingo. So I've got anti as a prefix with met. I've got ment as an ending with AIT. No. How about the T? 3 T's, doesn't look promising. A. Matinate. Wow, I don't think this is good. But let me see if it stays on. And it doesn't. Gosh, this is painful. So how about an L? No. Well, maybe there isn't a bingo here. But look at all these floaters. So let me consider prefixes and suffixes. What about man? That goes with tight, T-I-T-E. No. So men goes with T-A-I-T. No, I'm going to have to abandon this, and wow. This just looks so close to a bingo as a 7, and these are all bingo-y floaters. Meant with A-I-T. No, so what do I play? M-A-T, keeping E-I-N-T. Yeah, only 13 points. Well, let me see if I've got a double-double. Yeah, this is going to be better. Minette for 36. And a pretty ropey rack, but I did draw 6 random tiles. And spent 3 minutes of time. No scoring tiles on my rack and no bingos. Well, there could be a 5-vowel 8. Great, less than 30 points for opponent. So a 5-vowel 8, what might that look like? Through a floating T or L? No, not seeing anything. So I've got Tenia, only about 14 points. So I do need to split up the ends. So let me think about this. Aney for 17. I don't think I'm going to do much better than that. And I'm covering the double letter square, so this isn't a dangerous move, and the rack leave is fine. So bivalent through an E. E of minette not available. And I don't think there's going to be another bingo with this rack. I trail by 40. Wow, 41 points for opponent. Good score. I've got vibe in row K. which sorts the rack out but scores very little. And I would like to get rid of B and V if I can, because they're both non-bingo-y. And this doesn't give much away. Through an R, I would have vibrant. No, wow, 9 points. Is this really best? I think it is. I don't think I'm going to get much more than this. Yeah. I guess I could play Anvil in column 4, keeping the B for 20, 11 more points, providing floaters and access to row O. I'm going with this. Wow, and I draw the blank. And if I don't have a bingo this turn, I should leave myself with a very good rack leave. And I'm not seeing a bingo here, not seeing a 7. I would have Jubilant through a B or an I, both of which are tiles I've played. But the L and the A both duplicate tiles on my rack, and I'm not seeing anything through them. I would have Jauntily through an I or a Y. Okay, opponent only provides a U, which isn't helpful. So where can I get value from the J? I trail by 100. Interesting. I can play Jaunt here, which may attract opponent to column 1, where he's not going to score very much, or unlikely to score very much. 27 points. Not bad. Keeping all the bingo lanes open. And an alternative play would have to surely play off J and U. Is there any spot for J and U? Can't see anything through the V. No, well, any other spot would be through, in column 8, for example, Jaunt, which would score a lot less. I'm going with this. Wow, that has not matured into a bingo. Pretty horrible. Olo Liuqui is good, which is a 9. And I'm not seeing any 7s or 8s here, and this is going to be difficult to sort out. I may consider changing. Nice play by opponent. What would be better than changing? Something through the V, perhaps? Yeah, this is better than changing. It's 20 points. Yeah, and although it does create danger, it's not taking out bingo lanes. I'm going with this. And I draw the second blank. Am I any closer to bingoing? Well, surely I am. What about column 8? Great, just 20 odd points for opponents. And I trail by 100. What do I have as a bingo? Furioso is good. I think Trental takes an S, so that plays in column 10. Overlight doesn't take anything. RU takes an S. But I'm looking in column 8 for bingos ending or beginning with A. So, and both look possible. I'm going to consider just one of the blanks, not both of them, which is very hard to consider 2 blank racks. So I'm looking for bingos beginning or ending in A. I've got the OUS ending. No, still not seeing anything. So it could end Osa. I don't think Aussie form is good. I think it's Ori form. "11 minutes on my clock." So that's Furioso, which only plays, I think, if Trentle takes an S. That's Outfits, which again doesn't play anywhere. It does play in row G below the L, so I do have a bingo. But I'm still looking for column 8 bingos. No, not seeing one. So, of course, I've got 2 blanks. So I have Outfits as a definite bingo, but that's giving away a lot in return. I have Furioso, which works if Trentle is good. And I can't see a way of getting the F tripled. Well, I can because I have Furious. Let's see if this stays on. And it does. Fantastic. So I trail by just 30. And for 7 random tiles, this isn't bad. But I'm not seeing a bingo. The A looks the most promising. All of the floaters in Furious would have to have the floater in precisely 3rd place. Wow, 44 points for opponent. 3 S's to come for IUs. I don't think there's going to be a bingo here with a G and 2 Ds. No ING ending. So the bingo would presumably end, or probably end ED. And I'm not seeing anything. So how to sort this rack out? Definitely playing off a D and a G. Eld is good. Wow, just wondering if I had a ZE extension. And I do, I have Zeta for 45. And although that doesn't sort the rack out, the score's pretty good. And I'm not seeing anything better. Oh wow, not a good pick. I trail by 29, so I'm still in the game. And a lot of bingo-y tiles to come. And this A of Trentles does look a pretty handy floater. How long will opponent leave that open for? Quite tempting to open the bottom of the board down through this B. So I could play Bigar, because then opponent is unlikely to bingo through it, but will be tempted to play onto the triple word square, which will open a new bingo lane. And Barge, or Bigar, would... no, I don't have an E. But I will have something down there. So, am I sure I don't have anything through the Furious floaters? Again, probably ending ED. No, I'm not seeing anything. I don't think Berg takes an E. I think it's Gerb and Grebe. I do have Breed, but that's keeps C and G. Now, 23 for opponent. D goes in front of OH. So I could play Deg. What about in column 8? Nothing I've got goes after OH. So I'm not going to score much there. So let me see what Deg scores. 22 points. Not a terrible rack lead. Goes quite well with the A. 3 R's to come, though. So now a play like Berg leaves a better rack lead. This goes well with O and A. Only takes an S. But 14 points. I think this is worth doing. The C, although it's a scoring tile, is also a bingo-y tile. So that's playing off ERG. Now, do I have anything to go after ZO? No, so I could play Deg down here for 22. So this is 14, 8 fewer points. Is this rack leave 8 points better? Well, the duplicate R accounts for 4 or 5, so it's going to be close. And opponent may think that I have the S in playing that, but is there a way of scoring more with ERG and keeping bingo lanes open? I don't think so, and this is stopping opponents scoring off the Z, not that that's a particular danger. Berg for 14. So I have, oh wow, I was going to say scrimped, but that's 1 square out. Scrumped, the U's not available. What about the A? I don't think there is a bingo through the A. Just the solitary vowel here. What about the U? Not seeing anything. TA, not seeing anything. Still 21 tiles in the bag, and I trail by half a bingo. Just looking at the O again, in case I have a bingo through that. M and P do have some synergy. Yeah, so opponent has scored less than 30 points, burnt an S, created a new lane, so that's all good. I just don't have a bingo to play. Now O takes an M. So do I have a something EM play? Let me just put that in. Gosh, it would be good if I could get the P on the end, but I don't think I can. No, Demp, not good. What a shame. That would have been nice. So, what to do here? Because I don't want to block bingo lanes. So, what about playing Dep? D and S were competing to end a bingo. This goes quite well with the A. Just pausing in case I do have a bingo through the A, but scramped, not good. 25 points, which is okay. It's hanging in to within a bingo of opponent. Still quite a few floating vowels, I, O, and A. Let me check the remaining vowels. 8 out of 23, wow, not many. And I'm burning an E. Maybe I'd be better off playing through a vowel somewhere. So what about doing this? 22 points, crimp takes an S. There's this bingo lane in row N, which is pretty good. And I think I need to do this just because of the vowel shortage. The danger of playing Dep and keeping 4 consonants is that I would just have another rack with only 1 consonant or possibly none. 22 points. Yeah, I'm taking out I and O, so this is quite dangerous. I'm taking out all 3 floating vowels. Wow. But it still feels like this is the better thing to do because of the rack leave. What about a play through the U? I could play dumper. 26 points, which preserves the A, preserves the I and the O, provides an E, and I've got an S for sticking on the end of dumpers, and only one S to come. I think this is a better play. I am going with this. Wow. 5 scoring tiles just at the point when I'm looking to bingo. I can, well, certainly play off some of them, but I'm very unlikely to have a rack lead which could become a bingo. I've got back as a component part of a word with SOP and W, so no bingo there. There are quite a few back bingos. Wow, not too many scoring tiles left, just H, X and Y, so they're mainly on my rack. And although sometimes you can score well with scoring tiles, this board doesn't look particularly awash with opportunities. Now, what about a play ending SK? No, I don't think I have one. Ah, well, I think I had Bosk, but opponent's burnt his last S, scored 36 points. 5 tiles left. What I can do is play Wick, which gets rid of, well, 3 tiles. B and P go very badly together. So I could play Sow back, but that's playing off 6 tiles, so I would only have 6 on my rack. So what about doing this for 44, 3, 12? This is an even worse rack leave. So does it have to be Wick? And that's obstructing the E. But it is leaving the A alone. Just wondering what I can do with this rack. So 3 minutes on my clock. Tricky. So opponent's probably going to go in front of this A if I don't go in front. I'm going with Wick. I think this is a pretty doomed situation. But I think I need to leave the most bingo-y rack leave. And I think this is it. So. Ah, and I didn't have cow. Oh, gee, not good. Yeah, Wick 426. And I do draw a vowel, but I don't think it's enough. I do draw another scoring tile in the C. And this is just a long way from a bingo. 3 scoring tiles on my rack. How painful. This is a fine rack to have if you've got a lead, because you can be confident of scoring 20 or 30 points, but when you really need a bingo to win, it's no good. So I trail by 100 now, and the bag is empty. Opponent not going out in 1 minute on my clock. So, yeah, I can go out in... I'm still trying to play Og. This is what I meant. Bap for 30, and I am going to go out with cause in a couple of places. Yeah, I'm going with this. So just 1 minute on my clock. Where's the best out for me? Cores and baps, although opponent may well play in column 13. Cores and sitars. Vibey, that was nice by opponent. Yeah, opponent goes there, but provides a nice spot for me to go out with cores. And the final score, 357 for me, 422 for opponent, a winning margin of 65 points. So well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, that was one tough game. Could I have made it any easier? So great start for opponent with Trental. Oh, wow, I thought I'd considered Intermat and decided I didn't have the R. Oh, wow. So Intermat and Martinet available through the R, and then my net for 36. Ouch. Okay, well done if you spotted that. Opponent's rack plays Woven. Now I5, oh, that's nice. I thought about teeny E down from this tee, but it plays across from the first tee of Minette. I play A for 17. Opponent with the Q plays Chin. And now K4, Bavin, that's nice, 26 points. And I play Vibe for 9. Yeah, so Bavin would have been better. Opponent plays IU. And now 2C Jaunt, that was my play. And I trail by a bingo. Opponent plays Fed. And J2 Ovoli, that was my play. Opponent with a lot of vowels plays Orloy, which sorts his rack out. And here we go. I have 2 blanks. I couldn't see anything in column 8. And there was Affusion. Well, that was it. Affusion with the blank as an F in 2 different spots. So again, well done if you spotted that. And then I play Furious for, oh wow, only 4 fewer points. So not a big miss. Opponent plays Z. And I have Zeta for 45. Opponent plays O. Now, this was a tricky rack. What did I do? I played Berg for 14. Yeah, which is off the pace, but I'm setting up a new lane and leaving the available lanes available. So this play A11 Seared. Yeah, takes out all of the floaters in Furious and provides just 1 new lane, but a decent score. Opponent plays Sitar. Now E8 crimped. What do? I played Dumper. Yeah, I think crimped pretty similar, just 2 points difference, and C is a bingo-y tile. Opponent plays Silage, and now this is where my dreams were well and truly scuppered, because I don't have a bingo, I have 5 scoring tiles. Bok, A7. Bok and Bow. Well, keeping CP and W, I didn't fancy that. I thought Wick for 26 had the best rack cleave of the ones here. Opponent plays Hex. And finally, no bingo. I play BAP. Opponent plays Yod, and I go out H12 with Cores. So, what a game. And, well, it was really tricky, and I needed a bingo to get back into the game, and my rack just didn't have the tiles to make a bingo. But it did at the beginning of the game where I missed Intermat. I saw my rack, I saw Intermat, and then decided that it didn't play through the A, which it didn't, but it did play through the R, and I missed that, so I was a bit slow off the blocks in this game. But many congratulations to opponent on their victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.